Pay close attention to what you're gonna hear now.
165 volts.
Let me out!
This man administers an electric shock whenever he gets a wrong answer from the person behind the wall.
Wrong.
I can't stand the pain! Let me out of here!
How far will he go? Will he have the courage to stop the experiment? You'll get the answer soon. But I can tell you that the 20th century was full of other human experiments, horrific experiments, I would say. Like this one. 8-month-old Albert was introduced to a rat, but the baby didn't show any fear. So the doctor went further. He showed a rat accompanying it with a loud banging noise. And bang! He got what he wanted. I mean, just look. The boy burst into tears at the sight of a rat, even without noise later on. The doctor did the same thing with other animals, proving his theory, but obviously harming the kid who started to fear rats and rabbits and dogs. Helping people at the expense of other people, especially kids? Wow. Does it really work like this? Anyway, keep your imagination on till the end, because here's another horrific one. They were simply playing a role game, but something went wrong. 24 volunteers took the roles of prisoners and guards and were placed into a simulated prison with cells, barred doors, and uniforms. So, the game started. However, those playing the guards took the game too seriously.
What if I told you to get down on that floor? It's fucking floor.
They made them do push-ups and made them sleep on a concrete floor, sprayed them with a fire extinguisher, and even forced them to strip. It was so intense and violent that they had to stop it earlier. Many of the prisoners confessed that they suffered strong emotional trauma for a long time afterwards. Do you think experiment results are worth the mental state of their participants? So, electrocution is continuing. 300 volts already, and it may cost him his life.
300 volts.
Get me out of here! You can't hold me here! Get me out!
An electric chair, for example, has 2,000 volts, but this is the shock you need for execution, which is totally inhumane. Hard to believe, but the experiment supervisor, despite the hollering and calls for release, makes the men continue.
Heart condition then. You want me to go? Just continue.
Before you get the answer, what happened to him, let's see the final experiment that went too far, crossing the line of ethics. Can playing with a doll be cruel? Soon you'll understand it can. Nursery-age children watched how adults were abusing an inflatable doll. Sometime later, when left alone, the children copied the behavior of the adults by attacking the doll, in some cases with a mallet and a gun. Yes, the experiment proved the children imitate the model of behavior surrounding them, but what's next? Did anyone who conducted this experiment think that they trained these innocent kids to be angry and sadistic and maybe ruin the life of some? We have so much violence around us. Why recreate it instead of addressing it? As in the case of the first man, it's time to unveil the truth.
I don't get no answer, no noise. Something I think has happened to the gentleman in there, sir. You're gonna keep giving him what, 450 volts, and I'd be dead in there.
So much electroshock. Is he still alive or just faint? I'll explain to you what happened. This is the Milgram experiment. The first man administers the electroshock. The second man receives the shock and begs for mercy. And the third man constantly makes the first man continue. So, is the man dead? You can relax, he's not, because he was an actor and was faking the pain. However, the man administering the electroshock didn't know this. He also didn't know that he was actually the subject of a study on how someone obeys the orders. He left the experiment with severe stress and a feeling of guilt. He was deeply affected long afterwards. I return to my question. Do you think that experiment results are worth the mental state of their subjects? You know what? No way and for no cost. The cost of human life and mental health is too high. The truth is, we do such experiments in our daily lives with those surrounding us, at work, at home, in a shop, on a bus, when we're in a bad mood, when we don't let others express themselves, when we reject with no clear reason why, and of course, when we let anger control us. And now think, how those who fell victim to your random anger or hate feel afterwards. Do they really deserve it? Do those experiment participants deserve it? You know what? I'm totally sure not. I'm appealing to you to be kind, empathic, and fair.